all that there is. O precious parent who set the sun ablazing in the sky, who rolled the moon into being that we might have light by night. We beseech you to lend us an ear and hear our prayer. Dear God, you have been our teacher and our friend, and you have shown us that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So we come singing your praises and giving thanks for the blessings that have brought us to this graduation day. We thank you for the support, for the devotion, the prayers, and the patience of parents and teachers alike. We thank you for fellowship, camaraderie, and love of classmates. We give you the praises for the mental gifts and the physical health that has blessed our efforts with a measure of success. Help us now, O God, to use our gifts and talents to thy glory and for the betterment of humankind. Continue to teach us thy ways and give each of us a deeper understanding of thy good and gracious will. Bless our growth in grace and enlarge our opportunities for service. Bless all those responsible for making this day a reality. Hear our prayer, O Lord, according to thy promise.
It's a distinct privilege for me to welcome all of you here today for the 73rd Annual Commencement Exercises. We've had our second December commencement back in December, so that combined with this makes a large graduating class. And we really appreciate everyone being here today. Dr. Arlene Hambrick gave our invocation. She's in our education division. The flag that was presented and was carried by Dr. Tim Crawford. He's our distinguished faculty member for 1995, and that's the distinction they get, is to lead our processions by carrying the flag. You know, I'd like right now to have all of the parents and or spouses of our graduating class to please stand. Graduates, these people have stood by you and helped support you, and I hope that sometime today you will take the time to go up to them and give them a big hug and thank them for what they've done for you. I'm sure there are others in the crowd that have done things for you also, but I think you need to hug them and remind them of what they've done for you and how much you appreciate it. Also, on my left and my right are our faculty who have given care and nurture to you and have helped you to come to this point in your life. And I'd like to give you students and graduates the opportunity to express your appreciation to them. I do have one reminder. We ordered this beautiful day today. It rained yesterday, got all that out of the way. We have a beautiful day today, and as soon as our commencement exercises are over, everyone is invited to join in the reception on the lawn immediately following our commencement exercises.
Each year, the college faculty recommends the college presents a number of academic awards. They're a little too numerous to mention this morning, but I would like to call your attention to the program, to those graduating with honors, summa magna, and cum laude. The senior honors and awards that are listed on the next 2 pages, Alpha Phi Sigma, and Who's Who Among Students. I might mention, too, at this point, we do have one rather unusual occurrence taking place this morning. Miss Wendy Stallard, who will be graduating shortly, will be graduating with 2 degrees, a Bachelor of Arts degree in history and a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics, and that does not happen very often, and she did it while maintaining the highest grade point average of the senior class. So I think I should make recognition of that fact.
The Algernon Sidney Sullivan Awards are donated by the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Foundation in honor of its first president. The awards are made each year to one male student and one female student in the graduating class and one non-student in recognition of fine spiritual qualities practically applied to daily living and who have given evidence of possessing such characteristics of heart, mind, and conduct as evidence of a spirit of love for and helpfulness to other men and women. You know, that really fulfills the purpose of Bluefield College, and we really look forward to these awards each year. We consider these awards to be among the highest given at commencement. Each recipient receives a trophy and a framed certificate. The female student recipient this year is Wendy Annette Stoller. The male student is Matthew Thomas Booth. The non-student award this year goes to Mrs. Eva Easley. Eva Easley certainly epitomizes the characteristics of what this award stands for. group singing is Variations, which is a small portion of our Bluefield singers that does such a tremendous job. It's a real privilege always for me to have the opportunity to hear them sing. And I hate to see two of them from that group graduate from us, but I guess we have to let them go on and to further things. But that's a tremendous group, and we appreciate their dedication to be here to participate in this commencement exercise. Before I introduce our speaker, we do have a special guest with us who came with our speaker today, and that's Miss Alma Hunt. Alma, would you stand? She was the executive of the Women's Missionary Union of the Southern Baptist Convention for 26 years. She is Miss Southern Baptist, and we really appreciate her being here today with our speaker, and I wanted you to have the opportunity to meet her. Catherine Allen is president of the Women's Department of the Baptist World Alliance. The Baptist World Alliance Women's Department is headquartered in McLean, Virginia, in the United States. It represents an estimated 25 million women in more than 100 countries. Catherine Allen is serving a 5-year presidential term, which began at the World Meeting of Baptist Women in Seoul, Korea in 1990. She was employed for 26 years on the staff of the National Office of the Women's Missionary Union of the Southern Baptist Convention. She has also served on the staff at Samford University, a Baptist school where her husband is professor, historian, and former dean. The Allens have 2 adult children. The family are members of the Mountain Brook Baptist Church. Mrs. Allen is a deacon and Sunday school teacher, as well as being involved in the women's organizations of the church. Catherine Allen has been Alumna of the Year of Samford University, from which she graduated with majors in journalism and English. She earned the Master of Business Administration degree from Emory University in Atlanta, and she received the Doctor of Humane Letters degree from Judson College. She has written several books on Baptist history and biography, and it's a real distinct privilege for us to have her here to speak at our commencement exercise. So won't you welcome Catherine Allen.
Graduations are wonderful, and it's a privilege to share in this memorable day with you who are soon-to-be alumni of a great college. I'm happy to celebrate with the family and the faculty and the friends who have a stake in your achievement today. In anticipating this moment, I began to think about what meaning might be hidden in the name Bluefield, because I had not been here before and I was eager to come. I was told that perhaps the name Bluefield came from the color, the natural color with which the hand of God painted this region. Blue haze, blue coal, blue grasses, blue flowers spread upon lovely fields. Since I've been here a few hours, I can't find the fields. There are mountains, but certainly not the usual definition of fields, but figuratively speaking at least, beautiful blue fields. Perhaps those who named the place had in mind the romantic or poetic symbolism of the color blue. Faithful, thoughtful, reflective, and sometimes, like today a little bit, some sadness. On a day like today, we must reflect for a moment with gratitude on those faithful Virginia Baptists and their friends of many faiths who, for nearly 75 years, have cared enough for you to make these blue fields of opportunity for you. We can pay our debt to these of the past only when we assume a debt to the future. And that's part of what being a graduate is all about. Now you've come to a time when you will make a giant step which may take you out of the blue fields of Virginia into the wider fields of who knows what color. Perhaps you will pursue green pastures far away, or blackened oil fields, or golden deserts. The terror of killing fields and bloody battlefields have been the destiny of some who preceded you from Bluefield. It's likely that a good part of your future in 1995 onward will be spent peering into the fields of a computer screen, linked with a limitless field of cyberspace. And what color are they? You will doubtless and electrical fields. Let's hope that you will yet, despite your advancing age, have some more time on athletic fields. No matter what your academic or professional chosen field of endeavor for the next planned step, I would advise that you keep in mind 3 fields of biblical perspective. The first is this great principle: the field is the world. So said Jesus when explaining one of his parables. For you in 1995, it means that you have the field as your world, as a reality. You are one of the first generations in history truly to have all the global options at your disposal. Your life journey could take you anywhere in the world, or it could bring the world to you. If you check the labels in your clothes and on your cars and on the electronic gadgets you've already used on this day, you will find that you are linked to the whole world. It was only 50 years ago, next month, that the United Nations convened for the first time, and world history began to shrink. Only 25 years ago, Neil Armstrong took that giant step for mankind on the moon and made the first human footprint and the first great photograph that showed us the world as a unity, a new vision. Because the Iron Curtain lifted and the Berlin Wall fell, now you can venture into lands unknown to just the previous student generation. Chechnya, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Myanmar, North Korea, Albania, Armenia, Abkhazia. Where are these places on the map? Even Cuba, so near yet so far for so long. These can be places where you will play out your life. Already your diet is international, and I can tell you that that's such a difference from when I was your age. I was fully grown before I ever tasted pizza. What an experience. And what fear and trepidation preceded that first taste of Chinese chow mein. And what a strange first encounter with a taco. But these things you've had from baby food. You even know what Mexican pizza is, and Chinese pasta. Your cuisine is thoroughly international. One of my highlights last year was taking a Russian young woman about your age out for her first trip to Pizza Hut. It was her first trip because Pizza Hut for 2 in Moscow cost more than an entire family income for 1 month. But if the way through the heart to the heart is through the stomach, then you've already been captured for the world. And it's necessary for your knowledge of the world economy and world news to take on just as much of an international dimension. Really, nothing happens on the globe without influencing you. Every tree that falls in the Amazonian rainforest diminishes the snowfall here in Bluefield. Every African tribal war sends its refugee to your neighborhood. Every act of Middle Eastern terrorism encroaches on your personal safety. Every little girl who is sold into prostitution in Thailand because of her family's poverty increases your chances for contracting AIDS. I wish that you could have traveled with me during the last year into some exciting fields of the world. In China, where a human lawnmower was formed to clip the grass with hand shears in a great field. In Honduras, a wilted wasteland where once great forests of mahogany stood, but American consumption has destroyed that ecology and left no hydroelectric power and a people impoverished. New Zealand with green paddocks filled with sheep and lambs ready to stock the meat markets of America. Israel, where the shrinkage, evaporation of the Dead Sea has left a muddy salt wasteland. In Bangladesh, where brown muddy fields are dotted with women in ragged saris moving the earth in baskets on their heads in an ancient destructive agricultural method. Tanzania, where women with babies strapped on their backs and water pots on their heads are trying to coax corn out of the yellow parched earth. The Philippines, where fields of gray volcanic ash from Mount Pinatubo are piled 40 feet deep on an older civilization that once was populated with people. Ukraine, where the radioactive fallout from Chernobyl has silenced the birds and poisoned the breadbasket of Europe. Such fields are your world. After seeing such places, I always return to my native America's amber waves of grain with great thanksgiving. My personal act of reconstruction consecration as an American is to do something that cannot be done safely anywhere else in the world. That is to take a great long drink of cold, cool, free water from the first airport drinking fountain I see. With all its faults and all our complaints, the United States of America is still the most blessed land on earth. The biggest asset that you will have other than your health and your education is your U.S. passport. It will make you a welcome guest at almost any immigration counter in the world. You will not have to introduce yourself to the world as I have seen within the last year German and Japanese young people do, with an apology for the sins of their grandparents. You can go with some guilt as an American, but with a degree of pride, and you must go with this question on your mind. Why did God allow me the high privilege and great responsibility of being an American with a degree from a college like Bluefield College? Second point, the field means work. I'm told that the best gift that a 1995 college graduate can receive is a job in his or her chosen field of work. Have you received that gift yet? In biblical symbolism, mountains denote inspiration and aspiration and altruistic struggle. Valleys denote depression and sometimes death. Fields, by contrast, mean work and wealth, but sometimes temptation. Ever since Adam and Eve, work in the fields has been the domain of humankind. A majority of your forebears had experience firsthand as field hands on the farm. Their work habits transformed into productivity in factory and office and urban settings. Yours is one of the first generations with not much significant experience on the farm. Older workers are wondering, will your generation know how to work, to find work, and to be productive for a lifetime? In most of the world, people work just to live. It's only in America that we've come to have the idea that we can live for the fun of working. And some people even think that they have the privilege of living without working, that they are entitled to a support without work. This is defective and depressing thinking that could ultimately defeat any chance for happiness in America. God made us to work. In your lifetime, the world population is projected to double. At the same time, natural resources are diminishing. Work today is going to be a little different. Population and scarcity are combining to cause the most lethal disease on the face of the earth, the disease known as poverty, the number one source of death and decay. Poverty is already leaping across the oceans to erode the quality of life for many in America. To avoid poverty in your life, we must reclaim or reinvent a biblical commitment to work, but it must be work on a global level. A third point, the fields where you will go are white unto harvest. A famous biblical quotation, the fact is, God has gone before you into all the world. Jesus said that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Following this instruction from Jesus, many Christians today are praying workers into the harvest fields throughout the earth. We now know that no country is truly closed to the Christian message. Many of you will go somewhere under some kind of arrangement that is the answer to the prayers for workers in the harvest. You may not go as a missionary, for there are many places that will not permit such, but you will have contact with that portion of 1/4 of all humankind who have not yet imagined that there could be anything like the good news of Jesus Christ. You will have encounters with 211 people groups who have little or no knowledge of Christianity. Since you've been here at Bluefield, more than 35 wars have been being fought on a global level. These have created refugees, widows, and orphans. 1/4 the world has not heard of Jesus. 1/4 the children of the world live in abject poverty. 1/4 the world's women are abused in their homes. It is people like these who are the harvest, because God is working in their lives as He is working working in your lives, and there is preparation, there is readiness for change, and only a Christian could enter the difficult places where the message is needed. Christ is the only hope. We are experiencing now one of history's greatest upheavals. The struggles continuing to live its freedom permit in the former Soviet Union. After 75 years of repression, people there do not know how to work in freedom. After 75 years of history at Bluefield College, we hope you do know how to work in freedom, to choose work, to choose ministry and service. One of the horrible fields that I have seen is in the Russo-Ukrainian grain land, where in 1992 and 1993, the harvest was plentiful, but because people were not willing to bring it in to know how to work, the harvest rotted in the field, and people were left hungry. As great a tragedy as that was in one giant sector of the earth, it would be a greater tragedy for you as graduates of Bluefield in 1995 to fail to find the field where God would have you to work and to work it with all your might. As you go into the fields, you will be taking Bluefield with you. You cannot shake off the dust of these mountains. You cannot shake off the heritage that goes with your diploma, that there are people here who cared and instilled caring into you. With your degree, you are acquiring a social conscience and a baggage of a sense of mission that can make you make a world of difference in your field. All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield. Lord of harvest, grant that we, wholesome grain and pure may be. In all your ways, acknowledge God, and your paths will be directed into the field throughout all the earth.
Today we meet to honor a group of some 87 students who have worked long and hard for this moment. At least I hope they've worked long and hard for this moment. They are a diverse group. They range in age from 20 to about 72 or 73. And so some of them have taken a little different trail than the other. But in any case, they now arrive at a point where they're about to leave student status and arrive at that point as graduates of this institution. As we grant these degrees today and as we recognize these students with the diplomas, we ask that you would refrain from applause or comments until all of the degrees have been granted, so that we might honor each one individually. President Dobbins, will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please stand? President Dobbins, on behalf of the college faculty, it is my pleasure to present to you these candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts who have completed all requirements for that degree.
By virtue of the authority vested upon me by the Board of Trustees of Bluefield College, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts degree with all the privileges and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will the graduates please come forward to receive your diploma as evidence of your commencement? April Michelle Conley, summa cum laude. Ann Beckett Heinemann. Angela K. Patrick. Lynn Devon Roberts, magna cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Rutledge, magna cum laude. Lane G. Shelton. Carrie C. Shin, cum laude. John Mark Snyder. Wendy Annette Stallard, summa cum laude. Bobby Sue Stroop. Gina Lee Beneri. Amy Banks Wanderer. Jennifer Elizabeth Willis. Now will the candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science please rise. President Dobbins, on behalf of the college faculty, it's my pleasure to present to you these candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science who have completed all the requirements for that degree.
By virtue of the authority vested upon me by the Board of Trustees of Bluefield College, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Science degree with all the privileges and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will the candidates please come forward to receive the diploma. Paula Marie Allen. Lucille Grace Amos, cum laude. Charles Clifton Asbury. Sandra H. Bond. Matthew Thomas Booth, magna cum laude. Lori Jean Bolick. Wanda Cooper Carpenter, cum laude. Stephen Thomas Chapman. Melissa Lee Crabtree. James Anthony Crawford. Curtis Lee Davis, Jr. in absentia. Ronald F. Doty. L. Darren Firing. Jennifer Joanne Gaskins. Timothy Lamont Gill. Trina Marie Gore. Melanie Jo Green, cum laude, in absentia. Carol Wayne Williams. Sheila L. Halsey, in absentia. Sherry B. Havens, summa cum laude. Joni Jill Hetland. Tony L. Horn, cum laude. Fabian Raphael Horton, in absentia. Matthew James Houghton. Andrew Michael Jackson. Danita Bowman Jackson, cum laude. Shannon Lee Johnson. James W. Kidd. Kimberly Ann Coring. Benjamin Franklin Lockhart, Jr. Donald E. Lockhart. Phyllis Claire Mardian, in absentia. Linda Wright McClanahan. Dickie Lee McKinney. Pamela S. Mead, cum laude. Craig Shannon Menifee. Ralph W. Mitchell III. Chrissy Michelle Monroe. Judy Hall Moore Giss. Kevin J. Morris. Karen Michelle Muncy. Paul Gregory Music. John David Newton. Richard Lee Osborne. James B. Parker III. Alex Reed Payne, cum laude. Kimberly J. Pitt. William John Powell, Jr. Richard Rawls. Tulio Anthony Ramella, Jr. Paul N. Rice. Terry H. Russell. Michael C. Rutherford. Joe D. Sanders. C. Douglas Smith. James Barry Smith. Theodore William Smith. Charles H. Sweetenberg, Jr., in absentia. Carolyn S. Taylor. Devoria Delvon Thorpe. Tammy Bertram Bass, cum laude. David L. VR, in absentia. Ira Ted Webb, Jr. Annette Susan Wilson, cum laude. Rhonda Jean Wimmer, cum laude. Sabrina Ann Woodyard. Roberta Faith Young. Now will the candidates for the degrees Associate of Arts and Associate of Science please rise. President Dobbins, on behalf of the college faculty, it is my privilege to present to you these candidates for the degrees Associate of Arts and Associate of Science who have completed all requirements for those degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested upon me by the Board of Trustees of Bluefield College, I confer upon you the associate degree with all the privileges and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will you please come forward to receive your diploma? Cameron Noel Botts. Cleta Muriel Francis. Emmanuel Price Giampacaro. Joyce Louise Shrewsbury. Dana Melissa Taylor Whitaker. Lori Willoughby in absentia. Carl William Woods. This completes the granting of the degrees. Now I'd like all the graduates to please stand and let us honor them with a round of applause or cheering.
At this time, we've asked Dr. Joe Burton, who's chairman of our Board of Trustees, to give a charge to the graduates, after which Debbie Greville will lead us in our alma mater, and then Mr. Hugh Cole of our business division will have our benediction.
Board of Trustees wishes to congratulate you on your achievements and convey their best wishes as you continue to pursue your life's goals. We realize that you did not receive all of your education in the classroom, or from professors, or from instructors. But we trust that these experiences have been rewarding and will serve you well in the future, however. As you prepare to leave this safe environment, you will find that the greater education and fondest memories will come from the relationships you established and nurtured while you were here. Some of you found mates for life and friends for eternity. You will remember who taught you more than what they taught you. It is our hope that the Christian environment was something that you will remember as well. For those of you who embraced God's love while you were here, I hope you appreciate those that made that possible. And for those who did not feel that aspect of your education was that important, I hope you will look back and feel that the environment was helpful and it made you stay here, your stay here, feel more like a family. You have been important to Bluefield College. Whatever you achieve in life now, we will feel that we have played a significant role in giving you the confidence and credentials to achieve those goals. I hope you will feel the need to continue to support your alma mater. Some of you will be asked to serve as trustees one day. Others of you will be asked to serve on advisory committees, alumni councils, and lend your support and money to sustaining the wonderful spirit and traditions of Bluefield College. I hope you will respond and enjoy this new chapter of your life as a part of the Bluefield family. As a former student who has found his calling, his life's mate, and a confidence that I can be a good citizen in this world here at Bluefield College, I give thanks to God. As an alumnus, I have been able to invest my resources, time, and money in making Bluefield College a better place. As a trustee, I have had the privilege to work and walk alongside many people who lend their gifts to making Bluefield College a greater place. And as you leave here today, may God be your goal, peace be your friend, and may joy visit you often. And the immortal words of a husband to his wife on the way to the beauty parlor. Good luck to you.
The alma mater is in your program on the back sheet. Please stand and join me in singing.
understanding. Acknowledge him in all thy ways, and he shall direct thy paths. May the peace of God that passes all understanding keep your hearts and minds in the knowledge and the love of God and of his Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. And the blessing of God Almighty, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit be among you and remain with you always.